Hello everyone, today I am showing you my new video which is based on the best practices for securing AWS account. So that includes the security of AWS account as well as your application. What are the minimum requirements for securing your infrastructure with your application? First is safeguard, password and access keys. So basically there are two main types of credentials used for accessing your account. One is password and another is access key. Password and access key both are applied on the AWS root user account and individual IAM users. So it is best practice to safeguard password and access key as securely as you would any other confidential personal data like your password of your banking account, your email, etc. And never embed them in publicly accessible code. For example, in any repository or Git repository. And for safety purpose, you should have a strong password and rotate your password and access key periodically. Maybe either 1 month or 2 months or 3 months as per your policies. Next is activate MFA, multi-factor authentication. So basically this helps to secure the accounts and prevent unauthorized users from logging into your account without a security token. So it is the most important practice to configure MFA to help protect your AWS resource. You can activate MFA for your root account as well as IAM users. Next point is audit IAM users policies. So be sure that IAM users have the most restrictive policies possible with only enough permission to allow them to complete their intent task. If someone needs to just read the CloudWatch or monitor the CloudWatch dashboard, then he should have access to the CloudWatch only. If someone from billing account just check your billing and payment, take care of billing and payment, he should have only the billing access. And create different IAM user for each set of task. You can use AWS IAM Access Analyzer. Remember, AWS IAM Access Analyzer to analyze your existing permissions. You should frequently audit your IAM users and their permissions. And find out unused credentials. You can either disable them or delete them. There is one thing, AWS Git project. You can use AWS Git project that basically help to protect your account. So basically Git secret scan merges, commits and commit messages for secret information like access keys. If Git secret detect prohibited regular expression, it can reject those commits from being posted to public repositories. So basically it is used to protect against unauthorized use. Now the most important thing is protect your data in rest and in motion. So in rest means your data is stored in your Amazon EBS, Amazon S3 or other AWS services. So it is the best practice to protect your business data. So to protect these data, you can define policies for access control, data classification, retention, deletion. Also, you can classify your data and make sure it is stored in the right AWS region. You can also use geo restriction to stop certain users from accessing geo-based content. And the most important thing, encrypt the data at rest to make sure it is safe. And data in motion means you have the data used in transaction. So basically, make sure it's encrypted using SSL, TLS or IPsec. Administrative access should be encrypted using a strong mechanism to secure your remote system management. You should also take care of data integrity. That can be authenticated using IPsec. The remote end can be authenticated using IPsec with IKE. Another thing is that you should store encrypted keys in the cloud. Now, you have to protect your system from malware, like basically in conventional infrastructure, you have to protect it from outside threats. These can be virus, malware, rootkits, spam, and bots or botnets. Now, you have to take care, mitigate, abuse, and compromise. There could be some malware on your system that can cause harm to other internet applications and websites. This will result in AWS abuse warning. If you get such warning, you must immediately investigate the matter with the help of your operational and security team. Now, so basically there are other measures also which can be taken care, and with the help of some others AWS secure services, you can protect your AWS account, your application, your infrastructure. One of them is AWS Trusted Advisor. So basically it is highly recommended to use the AWS Trusted Advisor tool that offers a snapshot of your company's service and thus helps you recognize security misconfiguration. It will allow to follow AWS best practice by examining the AWS environment and other recommendations for improving system performance to optimize your infrastructure. So using AWS Trusted Advisor, you can optimize your cost also. That means it is used for cost optimization. Next is performance. You can visualize, you can check your performance of your infrastructure, your application in your account. And the most important thing is the security. Another thing is fault tolerance. That means it helps to improve the reliability of your services. For example, auto-scaling EC2 groups, deleted health checks on Route 53, disable availability zones, disable RDS backups, that's all included. And one thing, you can monitor service limit or service quota. Service quotas are the maximum number of resources that you can create in a AWS account. So you can monitor it from Trusted Advisor. Basically, Trusted Advisor will notify you once you reach more than 80% of your service quota. You can follow the recommendation of the Trusted Advisor to delete the resources or request a quota increase. Next is you can strengthen your network security. You can implement security groups. You can basically well define your NACL. Basically ACL, you can say. Another is you can use AWS config. So you should have basically you should always enable AWS config. So in enabling AWS config in your AWS region or accounts, basically it helps to monitor your infrastructure. It basically implements security measures and are applicable in all AWS account. You can also configure your AWS VPC flow logs. So configuring AWS VPC flow logs to capture the entries that flow through the security groups. All the incoming and outgoing traffic you can capture. This basically VPC flow log should be enabled, and the security team can scan their entries to find attack patterns and detect abnormal activities inside the VPC. Another is remove unused security group. So you should check regularly which security group is not in use. You should immediately remove it. And one other thing is, don't use default VPC. Always create VPC for your separate VPC for your application. I will recommend there should be separate VPC for the production environment, for the dev environment, for the QA environment, staging environment. What are the environment you are using? You should have separate VPC. And the last but not the least, you should implement critical notification using CloudWatch alert or SNS, what are the best practice you can use. You are hands-on, you can implement for the critical notification. There are many other things you can follow, just like assign policies to group instead of individual user. Basically it is easy to manage your IAM users if you are using groups instead of individual users. When you are assigning the policies or roles, it is easy to manage. And if you are using application user, you should have minimum and restricted privilege to the application user. So there are other things also, but that is enough for this video. And please keep updated my channel, subscribe my channel to keep updated with the latest and upcoming videos. Thank you.